Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Happy Boxing Day, but leave your bias at the door. And this is the Boxing Day SuperStream. Is it Saturday? It is actually Saturday, isn't it? So we can call it the Saturday SuperStream, but you know me. I like a nice, good, fun name for these. So it's the Boxing Day SuperStream today. And as you can see, ticking there along the bottom, we have plenty of 3 p.m. games, a couple in the Premier League. I think we've got 9 in the Championship with 2 postponements and 1 at 7:45. Of course, Ipswich, we normally look at in League One. They are also ridden with COVID. Hope they're all okay. And no game to look at there. So it should be a good, fun couple of hours. Hope you're not all too hungover. You're not too bloated and full of food. I think I'm okay now, but I'm going to start eating and drinking again pretty soon after this one finishes, of course. Let me know. You can see me and hear me loudly and clearly. And let me know which game you're watching, and we'll go through and do some team news as we go. What do we got here? Samuel says hello. Now, quickly, we've had issues with StreamYard the last 2 streams. So it started off with the comments showing here on StreamYard. And I have written a strongly worded email. I do pay for this service. So I do apologize if it goes down. It has in the last 2 streams. And there's not a lot I can do if it does, other than go over. I've got my phone ready right there, and we'll read them off YouTube. So fingers crossed, StreamYard doesn't go down, but we're all going to complain en masse if the comments do again today. Liam is here. QPR forever. Carl. James. Yes, I did have a lovely Christmas. Thank you, sir. True Blue. Logan. Lee and his dog. The real Five Bellies is here. Yeah, we've said hello to QPR forever. Charlie is here. Ben Bow Gaming. Yes, I must say we didn't get a dearly departed prediction show out between Christmas Eve and today. So you won't know my predictions for Palace and Villa at all, will you? Hey, maybe we'll plead the 5th on that. When is that game? Is it 3 o'clock, isn't it? We'll get into all of that. MXLLO is here. How many empty wine bottles there? I got a box with 10 miniatures in, for goodness sake. So lots of empty bottles, but not actually the amount of wine consumed. Sloth is here. Yes, thank you, Sarah. I did. Bits is here. We've got a Bits' bet as well. Daz is here. Dallas, 6:47 a.m. Bright and breezy there in California. Owen is here. 2-1 Forest. He says, I think we've got everybody in there. Delayed Pilot is here from Sydney. Keeping an eye on Blackburn Wednesday. As Delayed Pilot very pertinently says, if you are watching a game, I have got on my iPad there Fulham and who are they playing? Southampton. So I'll be able to do the goals from that as and when they go in. We'll get everything else from good old Jeff and the Bet365 app, which turn notifications on there. Always the quickest to get us the goals. If you want to be that 10 seconds ahead of everyone else, do turn that app on. Right. Should we have a look and see what's what in the Championship? Let's go to our beloved split screen over there. There are our fixtures today. They're scrolling the bottom as well. We do have our 2 Premier League games also, which you'll be able to see in about a half a second. Aston Villa and Crystal Palace, Fulham and Southampton. We'll have a look at them, but we'll look at the Championship ones first. You can see Barnsley, Huddersfield, Blackburn, Sheffield Wednesday. Bournemouth and Millwall is postponed. That's Millwall's end and the COVID issues there. Bristol City versus Wickham. Cardiff versus Brentford. Coventry versus Stoke. Derby versus Preston, Borough and Rotherham. That's Rotherham's end, isn't it? Postponed. Also, Forest Birmingham, QPR Swansea, Reading Luton. And then later tonight could be a chance for Norwich to go off into the distance, possibly 8 points clear if things work out, or a chance for everybody to catch up. Remember, in these 3 o'clocks, and we'll flash up the table imminently, league leaders Norwich are not playing in the 3 p.m s. Neither are second place Bournemouth. They are postponed. So we could get to 5 p.m. with Swansea in second place, or possibly, although Bournemouth do have a huge goal difference, don't they? What's Brentford there? Plus 13, plus 90. So it's only likely that Swansea would go into second, but a chance really for everyone to put a bit of pressure on Norwich, or the reverse. If they don't get results in the 3 o'clocks, a real chance for Norwich to put the hammer down and be 8 points clear, and we're not yet halfway. Down at the bottom, you can see points for Wycombe, Wednesday and Derby, all in the last games. Rotherham are not playing, so they could be in the bottom 3 if Derby can pick up a point in their game at home to Preston. Shall we have a look at some teams? Where shall we go first? Maybe we will go alphabetical order. So it's Barnsley versus Huddersfield. We normally say these 2 sets of 11s, very stable and solid. And as ever, a quick glance says that they are. I haven't seen these yet. Welton, Solbauer, Hellick, Anderson, standard. Mowat at left wing back. That's wrong. Mowat will be central midfield and Styles will be left wing back. Even without the game having started, I think we can all tell you that. Britton down the right. James central, obviously, with Mowat. Chaplin, Woodrow, Freeser up top. And for Huddersfield, Schofield, Pipper and Toffolo, we like their balance. Edmonds, Green and Sarr, Eiting, Hogg, O'Brien, same every week, isn't it? And Benza, Campbell and Bakuna front left. He has taken over from the injured Josh Koroma in those positions. That's what's happening at Barnsley and Huddersfield. Let's have a look at Blackburn and Sheffield Wednesday. I said in the prediction show, Blackburn struggle a little bit against very deep, very stacked defensive. They've struggled to get through, even with Harvey Elliott and Adam Armstrong in their team. So I'm sure Pulis has got this all set up to exploit that potential weakness today. There is the Blackburn team. Kaminsky, Douglas, Ayala, Lenihan, Niambi, who I liked actually. I saw him in the flesh last weekend. Rothwell, Holtby, Johnson comes out of, he played central defence last week. Ayala is back in the team. Gallagher, Elliott and Armstrong, those 2 brilliant attackers. They can destroy you if you give them space, but they have come a cropper in games we've done against Stoke and Bristol City where they weren't given space and people sat behind them, wouldn't let them run in behind or feed Armstrong in behind. So we'll see. I'm sure Pulis will have that set up. Westwood for him in goal. Palmer, Lees, Dunkley, Van Aken, Odebajo and Reach wide. Pelopessi, Patterson, Bannon. I'm sure Patterson will actually be up top, surely, with Windass or at least supporting there. Move on. We'll get to your comments in just a sec. Guys, what time are we? We've got about 5 minutes to kick off, so I'll try and get through and we'll just analyse the team news before we start. Bristol City versus Wycombe. Wycombe really need a win, don't they? Struggling on down at the bottom of the league now. Wycombe. For Bristol City, Bentley in goal. Callis and Viner centre-backs. Hunt and Rowe full-backs. O'Dowda, Naj, Backinson starts. Semenyo, Martin, Wells up top. We've seen that a fair amount from Dean Holden. For Wycombe, Allsop, Grimmer, Knight, Charles, Jacobson. We normally have Stewart in there, don't we? Thompson, McClary, Horgan, Onyedinma, Kashkit and Akinfenwa. So we saw this from Wycombe at Preston where a few dribblers in there, particularly McCleary and Horgan, Onyedinma and Kashkit runners as well. So I think Gareth Ainsworth knows he needs goals and he needs a win. So he's gone the old half and half there. 5 defending, 5 attacking, I think. We've seen Warnock do that over the years. Let's see how that goes for Wycombe today. Moving on, guys. Like I say, I'll come to your comments in a sec. Big game, this one. Cardiff versus Brentford. Both teams can stick a big flag in the ground and say we're going to have a good season if they win this one, can't they? Brentford going through in the watch-along to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, and they rested some players in doing so. And I think all of those players return today. Yes, they do. So Raya, Jensen, Mbeumo, Tony, Henry, all returning. And it looks a very strong Brentford team, doesn't it? Raya, Dalsgaard, Janssen returns as well with Pinnock, Henry left back, Jensen, Janelt, Marcondes, Norgard back in it now. And I suspect he's on the bench if I scroll down. And Mbeumo, Tony and Kanyos has been the preferred front three. So that looks, I'd call that full strength at the moment for Brentford, just in the absence of Norgard, who is working his way back in now. For Cardiff, Smithies in goal, Bakuna, Morrison, Nelson, Bennett, Rules and Volks, Ojo, Hoylett, Wilson, Glatzel up top there. They had been playing Harris and they had been playing Moore. Moore's obviously injured and looked more 4-4-2-y. So whether that ends up being an actual 4-4-1-1 or, Heineken, Schmeineken, isn't it? But we'll see what Neil Harris's Cardiff, who can be good at home, come up with today in terms of their shape and setup. Coventry versus Stoke. Players now coming out. Fulham, Southampton. I've got that on the iPad to the side. By the way, get in the comments. Where's the first goal coming from? Which stadium are we getting the first goal at today? There is your Stoke team. Lonergan actually played in goal for them. Their 6th goalkeeper in a year, I think. Bursick is back in today. Collins, Suter, Chester, Smith playing left back. Interesting. Interesting that Timon doesn't get the start there. Cousins and Thompson, McLean, Powell, Brown, Fletcher. So strong, actually, particularly the front end there for Stoke, obviously without Tyrese Campbell. I think for the season now, though. For Coventry, Wilson, so still Morosi out hurt. Ostigard, McFadden, Hyam, McCallum, Darbo, wide. Sheaf, Allen returns, still no. Hamer, O'Hare. Oh, no, Hamer is in there further forward. I don't suspect he'll end up playing there. SofaScore will change that, no doubt. Godin and O'Hare with Hamer likely in the central midfield or in the number 10 position, one would presume. We don't know. The game hasn't kicked off yet, but we can have an educated guess. That's what I like about this channel. Plenty of educated brains who regularly watch their team. And me. Moving on. There is Derby and Preston. Derby in good form. Couldn't continue that because their game against Rotherham was postponed right at the last minute, last time out. So they've had a rest, I guess. Marshall in goal for them. Byrne, Wisdom, Clark and Buchanan. So Wisdom still covering centre half there in the absence of Curtis Davis. Shinnie, Bielik and Knight. Bielik's been so good since he's come back from injury. Waghorn gets a start wide, it looks like, with Kazim Richards and Joshviak the other side. Preston, well, we're going to hear a lot about the big four at Preston who need to sign their contracts in about the next 4 days, else they're going to be linked with all and sundry in the transfer window. Who am I talking about? Johnson, Gallagher, Pearson, Brown. I think there's one more as well. Ben Davies. There's 5 of them. Big four. Take Paul Gallagher out of it. He's a bit older, but there you go. SofaScore has done its lovely refresh trick, I guess, as we're actually kicking off games now. Let me know if your game's kicked off. It looks like Fulham and Southampton are a go-go on the iPad. So for Preston, Rudd in goal, Fisher, Huntington, Davis, Earl. He's had a little break into the team. Josh Earl at left back, hasn't he? Brown and Gallagher, Barkhazen, Johnson, Sinclair with Sean Maguire up top. Should we look at some comments before we do any more? Johnson, Pearson, Brown. Oh, there's 5, Kyle. There you go. The Preston 5, we'll call them. I suspect Pearson, well, God, Pearson, actually all of them. But there'll be interest in all of those players, won't there? What do we got here? Tom Carroll is dreadful. We won't bury him this early in the show. Dander is pretty much like time. There must be some debate going on that I'm catching the end of here. 12 miles between Huddersfield and Barnsley, but they have never been seen as rivals. Probably one of the friendliest local derbies I've known. We'll get to that one in a bit, I suspect, Oliver. Let me know if anything. I suspect Carl was saying the first goal of the day will be at Derby. There we go. Season's greetings from Noel. I hope you had a good Christmas day. Yes, thank you. No doubt Birmingham will give Forest 3 points. I did predict that, didn't I? Anything else? Did you know Emi Buendia's birthday is 25th of December? It was a big day for him yesterday. How old is he now? What, 24? James? Hopefully he can still perform today. Yeah, he probably had about 200 calories yesterday, and that was it. Bless him. Watch-alongs. Which one's that? Forest Stoke. Pass. I'm not that organised yet. I think we might be doing a SuperStream actually, Owen. So we'll certainly have that on. I think there's a ton of games there. From one Benjamin to another there. Benjamin in Bradford. Thank you, sir. Merry Boxing Day. Indeed. Any goals yet? We normally had one by now, 2 minutes in. Any more people saying that? There's Hamza. 8 points clear as long as they don't do a West Brom with 14 points clear. Yeah, I remember it well. Leeds and West Brom getting miles clear. Good news for Norwich. Krill signing on until 2024. Very good news indeed. Excellent goalkeeper. Fun stat of the day via Radio Stoke. Stoke had more clean sheets in the calendar year than any team in the top 2 tiers. Excellent. Oh, the European leagues as well. Wonderful stuff. The Michael O'Neill grind. We love it. Ryan, hope you had a great Christmas. Thank you. You too. I got a feeling tonight for a big win for Norwich. Hopefully some of the teams. Yeah, it could be a good day for Norwich, and they can sit and watch. So either the pressure will be very much off, or the pressure might be a little bit on. We will see. Right, I think we caught everybody up here. We'll say hi to Robert and hi to Alex. No goals yet, although apparently Wilf Zaha has nearly scored. What is that? Is that a dinosaur look? Yes, in there. Lovely. Right. Let's get in and look at a few more teams. Quick little plug along the bottom, if you'll indulge me. You can support via Super Chat any point in the broadcast, and your Super Chats are a vital part of our viability as a subscriber base grows. Thank you very, very much. Hopefully one day we won't need to ask for any Super Chats because we'll have enough subscribers that we won't need to. We have a goal in one of our Premier League games. Aston Villa have taken the lead. Aston Villa 1, Palace 0. We'll find out who the scorer is imminently for my fantasy team. I hope it's a certain player, but I'll keep my powder dry, Jack Grealish, until we find out. Someone will let me know. Ben is going to let me know. Traore, the scorer for Villa. 1-0 Traore. 1-0 Jamin. Big chance for Swansea. Lowe getting crowded out as he takes his shot. We're quite enjoying Jamal Lowe on the channel this past few weeks, aren't we? Trying to champion his conversion to a central striker. Who's on my jumper? This is Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation. I can't remember the name of the actor, but any Parks and Recreation fans will. This was a wonderful Christmas present from the lovely Shaylee yesterday that I thought I would inflict on all of you today. Bertrand Traore has opened the scoring in the game between Villa and Palace. Let's have a look. We've seen a goal from Lincoln over on Sky Sports. They've got an early lead. Lincoln, obviously, I would normally be following Ipswich down in League One. However, yes, Nick Offerman. Well done, Will. I can't remember actors' names. Shocking me. Let's just have a quick look and if I bang that in, we can just see, because Villa are one of our dearly departed, we will be looking at this game tomorrow. And the key is Ross Barkley back? No. And Ezri Konza on the bench. No Barkley on the bench either. So there's your Villa team, and they lead through Bertrand Traore, who had a good game against West Brom in the last game before Christmas, didn't he? I think goal and an assist, possibly. Lovely goal, actually, in there. Martinez, Target, Mings, Hauser still in over Konza, Cash at right back, McGinn, Louise, El Ghazi, Grealish, Traore, and Watkins. So El Ghazi and Traore helping Dean Smith nicely there in Ross Barkley's absence. I'll just bang through the Palace team, but they're not one of our dearly departed, so we won't go too much. Suffice to say that we're obviously big Eberici Eze fans here, having covered the Championship. Covered him. Guaita, Ward, Koyate, Dan, Van Aanholt, Schlupp, Milivojevic, MacArthur, and Eze, Zaha, and Benteke up top. Let's have a look at some comments. No goals in the Championship yet. We're coming up 6 or 7 minutes. Normally, that means that we'll get 5 goals in 1 minute across 5 different games coming up very, very soon. Always nice. End to end in the Rangers game. Good to see Swansea. We haven't been there yet. We'll have a look in a sec. Always nice to see Palace losing. There we go. All the best for Christmas yesterday. Thank you. Hope you and your wife had a brilliant time. Are you covering Leeds and Burnley tomorrow? I think tomorrow I think we're just honing in on, we'll be doing the review at 10 a.m. and then we'll see where we're at. I've got to build some furniture tomorrow as well. So we try and fit everything in. Villa getting between the lines in a dangerous way and already leading. Hard to get in between the lines against the Roy Hodgson team. In it, QPR had 2 good chances, knocking it about nicely too. Sounds like a good game, that QPR versus Swansea one. Let's just head back over to the split screen. And you'll see in the live league table there. Oh, and we do have a goal. And we're going to go to Reading because Reading have taken the lead in their game against Luton. Reading absolutely pillaged by injuries, but they've got the lead. We can't quite see who the scorer is yet, but we will find out imminently. Reading have the lead in this one, 9 minutes in. Handball shout in the Fulham game. I guess VAR is having a look at that, although I can't see the lovely purple VAR logo yet. Any news on that goal scorer? Let's see. Tom McIntyre. Wow. Bit of a surprising one. We expect it to be, I don't know, Elise or Maite or Zhao, but hey, a couple of those players not there. So the first goal in the Championship today goes to Reading. McIntyre, I'm guessing something to do with a set play. It says assist Shone Aluko. But Reading have the lead. Remember, Bournemouth, Watford, Norwich, none of them kicked off at 3. In fact, they've just cut to the Madstad. It's a corner. Aluko pops it into the near post. That's a great goal, actually. If that was a deliberate corner, then it's a really lovely goal, actually. Flipped in to the near post when everybody else is waiting at the back post, and McIntyre volleys it in left-footed. And not for the first time today, I do a footballer a gross disservice by predicting the type of goal that he was going to score and being totally wrong, evidently. Where are we going? We just have a quick bang through those 2 teams there. So Reading and Luton. So Reading, Raphael in goal. Estevez, Holmes, Morrison, McIntyre, Laurent, Rinomota, Ejaria, Semedo, Aluka, Bulldog. So some big players not there for Reading. Oh, God, have we lost the comments already? We better not have. Deary me. Let me just try and do some scrolling. That sometimes works. There we go. I think we are okay. Keep your comments coming. I have not seen one for a couple of minutes, though, which is now concerning. And I will be very, very annoyed with StreamYard if this is going to stop working again. Let me just open up on my phone. We may have to come out and go back in. This is incredibly frustrating because obviously we pay for this service. But let's have a look. Yes, and your comments have stopped coming through yet again on stream. Oh, no, they appear to be back. Okay, I think we're okay. Ran over. Anyway, Luton side there. Shay in goal. Craney, Lockyer, Bradley, Potts, Glenn Racer in front. Clark, Berry and Panzu, Moncur and Collins in there. Comments looking like we are okay. I'm hoping, yes, I think we are. I think we're all good there with the comments. So why don't I throw a couple of them up? What have we got here? 7 minutes in, Blackburn Wednesday as expected. The Pulis 5-4-1, an acquired taste that I can't stomach just yet. Tremendous stuff. Did I have a good Christmas day? I had a lovely Christmas day. Banana Tree Gamer. Thank you, sir. What else have we got here? Did you see Millwall got an apology from Sky Sports for them not leaving their bias at the door? And this is why you should always leave your bias at the door. You can get a Jeff Stelling version of the top. Maybe we should get that done. Maybe we should get that done. Ben, 7:45, Norwich 1. See, look, Norwich have already taken the lead, according to me. Let's have a look. Does that... Oh, no, that's not a 1, Noel. That's a little line to... it's a demarcation line, that is. Amazingly, not a typo by me, for once. Let's just do another couple of teams. How are we looking? I'll turn that off up there because I can see me twice. Nobody even wants to see me once. Once is enough, let alone twice. Reading, the only team leading. If I bring the split screen up, you can see that Reading will move back into 5th if everything stays as is at the moment. Nothing else are happening yet. Roberts, a £10 super chat. Huddersfield have taken the lead, by the way. Barnsley 0, Huddersfield 1. We're just drinking to Roberts super chat there. What minute did that goal come? So 13th minute goal for, it was Huddersfield, wasn't it? Barnsley 0, Huddersfield 1. Please tell me I've got that right way around. Yeah, Barnsley 0, Huddersfield 1. So we'll say thank you again to Robert and we'll head over there. Very kind Robert. And I can't see it on there. There we go. We do not yet have a goal scorer, but we've been through these teams, haven't we? Anybody with the goal scorer from Huddersfield, although I think they've just... Romani, Edmonds, Green, centre half. So it's going to be another set play. 2 goals, 2 set play goals here. Nicely worked corner. And then clipped into the middle. Edmonds, Green just pokes it home with the right foot. He's started the past few games, partnership with him and Sarr. And that is a lead for Huddersfield. Let's just bring up the live league table. And what does that do for Huddersfield? Wow. Look at that, eh? Huddersfield currently 10th. God, where did I have them? Just outside the relegation zone? Inside the relegation zone? Deary me. Tremendous stuff from Corberon and Huddersfield there. Reading have finished because we keep getting injured. Serious work needs to be done in the January transfer window. Well, you're 5th and you're leading. So, hey, if they can get through, we do understand that maybe clubs like Reading have less in terms of squad strength than some of the other teams. Norwich and Stoke have had massive injury crises so far. Great work, goal, says Oliver. Can't see it being the last goal. Game is all over the place. Nice. Did you get anything nice for Christmas? A new desk. So this may look different in a few days when I actually get a chance to build it. But yeah, we'll see when we get to do that. Right. So 2 goals in the championship so far, which means I need to do a little bit of typing. We had McIntyre scoring for Reading. So it is Reading 1, Luton 0. And we had Edmund Green scoring for Huddersfield. So it's Barnsley 0, Huddersfield 1. That should be all beautifully updated on this, the Boxing Day SuperStream. Just really, really quickly, down at the bottom there, YouTube, please hit the like button, comment and subscribe if you are in the stream right now. Help me out by doing 1, 2 or 3 of those things if you haven't already subscribed. I assume most of you have, because I recognize a lot of you, which is great. Excellent. Loyal, solid subscriber base we have. We're very lucky to have here on the channel. Where haven't we been yet? We have not looked at Forest and Birmingham City. That is Houghton, ex-Birmingham manager, now managing Forest against Birmingham. And Karanka, ex-Forest manager, now managing Birmingham against Forest. Get it the right way around, Ben. Deary me. Let me go to the split screen, and there are your teams there. Samba in goal for Forest. Christie, Figueiredo, Worrell, Ribeiro, Sal and Yates. Mighton, Cafu, Amiobi. Mighton started the last couple, and he scored against Millwall, didn't he? Mighton, the youngster, got a goal. Graben is now back and starting. What that does mean is Freeman, Lolly, some good players not utilised there. Lyle Taylor, see Umbe Sa on the bench. McKenna, expensive arrivals, not managing to get into Chris Houghton's team just yet. For Birmingham, Etheridge, big mistake by him in the last game. He won't thank me for pointing out. Colin, Roberts, Dean, Friend, Clayton and Sunjic. Oh, Sanchez, Halilovic starts and Bella. I quite like that. Very judiciously, cheaply bought 3 off the front there, I think, but could be quite good if they can all work together. Maybe quite a luxurious 3 off the front, let's just say, but we'll see. Karanka gets everybody working, doesn't he? Scott Hogan up top for Blues. Let's have a look at your comments. What else have we got here? Thoughts on Anthony Robinson? Excellent player, Liam. Excellent. Oh, excellent. I think we get to put someone into the fake news sin bin. And I've got a banner for this now. Here we go. So Roy Plummer, the height of comedy here, has called me Jesus Christ. Roy, your bravery, your wit and your intelligence, no bounds. What a man you are, and what a comment that is. Outstanding, hilarious stuff. And Roy, into the fake news sin bin he goes. Opened up for the first time today. Traore hits the post for Aston Villa, apparently, says Locke. Yes, in that game. Let me put that back up. We had to put someone in the fake news sin bin. So what else have we got going on here? Did you get any witty and hilarious comments like, oh, yeah, whoop-de-doo. James has missed the fake news sin bin. Unbelievable scenes. Roy dishing out that. It was just classic banter, wasn't it, Kyle? I mean, if only I could think on a level like that. Unbelievable scenes. Out of order scene is my birthday yesterday, surely banana tree. Yeah. Merry Christmas, Benny boy from Sam. Oh, and Sam, you can see, has called himself Caricature Fella. Look where my finger is in the background. Sam drew and sent me that beautiful picture. that I still haven't got a frame for, which is quite poor form on my part, but I just wanted to get it up. That's what she said. Lovely stuff. Can we rename the sim bin the Pit of Misery? I don't know. I was thinking about doing a little theme for it rather than just the this across the bottom. That's frankly lazy, isn't it? I just hit copy and paste many times, but we could get red card Derby. Martin Waghorn has been red carded after 20 minutes. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I wonder what happened there. I'm sure Soccer Saturday will show us. Must win for Holden today. Not necessarily must win, Liam, but one he should be winning, let's just say. Barnsley have equalised in the 21st minute. If anyone knows what happened with Waghorn, do let me know. He's been red carded for Derby and Barnsley. So I'm going to go straight to Wenlock Young Team. Can we get, yes, we can get a fan sponsor of the fake news sim bin. Absolutely. I'm all over that. It can be you, Wenlock Young Team. I mean, you probably deserve it after your support for the channel. But yes, that may be some fun. Michael Hellick, a straight red card. Oh, Preston are saying Jason Knight has been sent off on their Twitter. I think it's Martin Waghorn. Everyone else is saying Martin Waghorn, so we will see there. Hellick has scored for... here we go. So Waghorn... Oops! Oh, dear. Ouch. So he's gone in Waghorn. Oh, dear. I really, really like Waghorn, but he was never a defender. Oh, dear. Yeah, he's mistimed that one badly. We're always looking for excessive force, endangering opponent, reckless. Definitely endangering the opponent there. We've got another goal. Chris Martin has scored for Bristol City. Bristol City are leading now against Wickham, who was just asking me about that. A must win. And Michael Hellick, another centre-half. So we may have all set play goals so far. Has equalised for Barnsley. So the goals are totting up now. We're waiting to see Hellick's goal for Barnsley and, of course, Martin's goal for Bristol City. I'll just flash them up on the ticker along the bottom. And you will see that we now have 4 goals. We have McIntyre for Reading, Edmonds Green for Huddersfield, Hellick equalising in that game for Barnsley, and Chris Martin for Bristol City. And, of course, one in one of our dearly departed games in the Premier League. It is 1-0 to Villa there. Bertrand Traore. Hopefully we'll get a look. Derby down to 10 men as well. Waghorn red carded for Derby. In good form, Derby, in the 20th minute there, just mistiming that challenge. And yeah, I think Alan Brown's going to have a stud mark in his ankle there. Put it that way. I'll sponsor the sim bin if we call it Sloth's Pit of Misery. I don't know. I don't know. Is that too dark, Sloth? The Pit of Misery. Yes, 1-1. Corley Woodrow does well to keep the ball in play. Matty James cross, then and then I can't read the tweet because it is in preview mode. Now Neil says Barnsley bundle in from a corner. You love the Championship, don't you? Chris Martin as well. Thank you for letting me know about those. VAR check at Villa Park. What's been going on there then? Ben, do you think Arsenal will win today? Who are they playing? Banana Tree Gamer. Noel, I'm going to show that, but I'm not reading that. That's appalling. That's shocking. Delayed pilot, 75% possession for Blackburn. Pulis ball in effect. Right, we have Michelle Owen up. So that means we're going to get to see Chris Martin's goal for Bristol City, giving the Robins a 1-0 lead. That is O'Dowda down the left. Nice little step over. Clips it into the back post. Classic Chris Martin there. Back post. Strong. Headers it in. They didn't really do enough to stop the cross going in there. Wickham. That said, it's a nice assist by O'Dowda. Bristol City boss. Holden on by the skin of his teeth. Well, he's in the lead. We need to do Bits' bet, actually. Come on, Brentford and Blackburn. So this is, hang on, Bits, we will get there. Short corner from Barnsley, Woodrow recycles, and crikey. I don't actually know which player managed to put that over the line. It's one of those goals where the ball doesn't even hit the net. It got recycled, and Hellick, I think, sort of forced it over the line. I guess the goal line technology gave that goal. Anyway, it's a goal for Barnsley, and Hellick scored that one. Now, Paul Merson's getting very, very excited. Does that mean there's been a goal? Oh, no, there's been an incredible miss. And if that's Che Adams, I'm going to be very, very annoyed because I've got him in my fantasy team. Actually, I've got James Ward-Prowse as well. So, no good for me. I could add a whole ton of points there, dearie me. I haven't done it, Bits. Sorry. I'm doing it now. Big let off there for Fulham. Southampton hit the bar, and then I think it was Adams misses from virtually on the goal line. That is the Bits bet for today. And I'm calling it the Boxing Day B bonus. Barnsley to score 2, Blackburn to score 2, Bristol City to score 2, and Brentford to score 2. And you will notice that Barnsley and Bristol City have already scored. Obviously, Bits didn't reckon on Pulis ball today, did he? Because Blackburn up against I think we had delayed pilot in that game, watching that one for us. How did he miss that? There you go. Got to say, Ben, I'm watching the Blues game. Shocking. Both teams are clueless. We're expecting them to both be a little bit passive today, aren't we? Houghton versus Karanka. Arsenal face Chelsea. Well, then they'll probably lose, won't they? A banana tree gamer. Bon has had 4 chances for Rangers. Was it Adams, Liam? I don't want to know that. I've got him in my fantasy team. Actually, I can see it on the iPad now. What happens? He sprints in, and as the ball lands, it spins a different way to he expects, and he completely misreads the bounce of it. Bless him. Good old Che. Where we go in, we haven't had a look still at a couple of the lineups thus far, and we still need to check on QPR and Swansea. That sounds quite open. It looks like Rangers are playing quite well, looking at those numbers that I'm about to flash up. Here are your teams. Oh, was Warburton gone to a 3 at the back? Interesting. SofaScore, I've got Cameron playing at centre-half. If anybody's watching can either confirm or deny that, I'd be pleased to know, because that would indicate a change of system shape for Rangers. Dieng in goal, Larbey, Cameron, Dickey, Kane and Hammerline wide. Again, I'm not watching the game. I don't know where Cameron is, but potentially just Ball and Carroll then in central mid. Bon, Chair and Dykes again. That could well not be the formation. Normally it's Dykes up top with, it could be a front 2 with Chair in behind them. Which could be a 4-4-2 diamond, that, or it could be what's actually up on the screen. But if you're watching that one, let me know. Swansea, Woodman, Cabango, Bennett, Guay. They've got some good centre-backs, Swansea, haven't they? Robertson, Bidwell, got some good wing-backs as well. Fulton, Grimes, Dander in the 10, Ayew and Lowe up top. Yet, again, which rhymes with Dander in the 10. Have I done all of the championship lineups now? I think I'm scrolling. I think I've done them all, haven't I? Yes. And there are only 9. So we will. We just saw that crazy miss on Soccer Saturday. We will just look at our other remaining game, which is a dearly departed one. Fulham and Southampton. Just keep you up to date on that. So it's 0-0. Obviously, huge chance for Che Adams, where he sort of misread the spin on the ball there. Areola in goal for Fulham. Adrabio, Anderson, Aina, Robinson and Reed. Bobby Reed wide. Harrison, Reed and Guisa. Probably Loftus-Cheek and Lookman off Cavaliero rather than Loftus-Cheek in central midfield is normally the shape. But as I always say, I'm not watching the game. I'm just saying what's usually happened there. For Southampton, McCarthy, Walker-Peters, Bednarek, Stevens, Bertrand, Armstrong, Walcott wide, Ward-Prowse, Diallo in the middle with Adams and Long up top. Old school 4-4-2. You love to see it. Badger Nation says, I hope we get a win against Norwich. Presumably, he's a Watford fan. Won't spend, but still can get more free midfielders. If that's David, they're probably talking Birmingham there. Afternoon to Chappers. I don't know whether we'll be able to fit in a watch along tonight. I've got to go and cook another meal, and we've got to get the dogs out. So it might just be the SuperStream today. But do check in at about 7:30 and we'll see what's going on there. Burson Selena still out. He's left, Lock. Yes, he's at Dijon in France. Cue all your lovely mustard jokes. Westwood's Banana Mound goalkeeper kit, the highlight of Blackburn Wednesday so far. Lovely stuff. I haven't read up on this, but they're all COVID, Hamza. The postponements flashing along the bottom there. Rather, and it's isolation now, isn't it? Especially over Christmas. If you have your squad isolating for 10 days, there goes 3 games over the Christmas period. I didn't think QPR would be playing 3 at the back. True Baloo. Right. Let's just round everything up where we're at the moment. So, our first goal of the day was Bertrand. Oh, there's Kevin Phillips, legend, at Forest. And you can check out my interview with Kevin Phillips on the channel just a few short weeks ago. Brilliant hour with Super Kev. Great insight into his career and being a striker generally and the championship generally. Well worth watching, but I would say that, wouldn't I? We're going to see a clip from Super Kev's game. Forest, who's that? 22, it's Yates, isn't it? Getting forward into the box. Keeps his volley down, but pushed away by Etheridge, the Birmingham keeper. Our first goal was Traore for Villa on 5. McIntyre gave Reading the lead on 9. Edmonds Green gave Huddersfield the lead on 13. Martin Waghorn red-carded for Derby on 20 minutes. Hellick equalising then for Barnsley in the game against Huddersfield on 21. Chris Martin, our most recent goal on 23 minutes. That was for Bristol City at home to Wickham. So no goals for us in the past 10 minutes in the Championship or either of our Premier League games. Remember, we normally do Ipswich as well, just so I keep my eye on my team, but they are postponed as well due to COVID issues. Blackburn odds shortened massively. What's happening? I have no idea, Bits. I think we've got someone watching that game, haven't we? If it's Wednesday. Nat is here. This time last year, we went 3rd in the Championship. Wow. Yeah. Quite the season of 2 halves for Wednesday last season, wasn't it? It was playoff positions in the first half and only Hull worse in the second half. So relegation in the second half. Massively erratic. Massively. Liam is watching MK and Bristol Rovers. You think we saw some very, what's the word? Games lacking intensity going into Christmas, didn't we? But you'd think they'd be back at it now, wouldn't you? But evidently not in some of them. Woo! That coffee's strong. We're just going to go to the split screen, and I'll just bring up the live league table in the championship so you can see. No, I don't want to take... Oh, God. You take your life in your hands. I updated the operating system on my computer today, and it's been asking me stuff for the rest of the day, and it's just like, no, just do what you used to do, but slightly better than you used to do it, please. That would be nice. Here's your live league table. Is that too much to ask? Almost an opportunity for Tomas Estevez in the Reading game. And Plymouth 2-1 up at Charlton, interestingly, at the top of League One. Lee Bowyer's Charlton behind at home in that one. So Swansea are level. They're currently missing out on a chance to go second with the Bournemouth game postponed. And QPR playing quite well from what we've heard in that game. Brentford are 0-0 over at Cardiff. Reading are leading, one of only two teams you can see to be leading, and they're going to move up to fifth. Remember, Watford do play Norwich tonight with Xisco Munoz in charge for the first game there. Stoke are at Coventry. Stoke in their archetypal position, I think, at the moment of seventh, where Michael O'Neill resides. They're just looking to go that extra, well, literally that extra one position into the playoffs, but seem to hit the brakes at 7 always, don't they, Stoke? Bristol City are winning, which would close them up within 1 point of the playoffs, and then a bit of a gap there if Cardiff do draw a 3-point gap going in. Blackburn are level. Huddersfield were winning, weren't they? But Barnsley, literally one place behind them, are equalised. Preston are level. However, Derby are down to 10 men in that game. So I'm sure Derby would happily take a point now, given that they're going to play 70 minutes without 11 versus 11. I love these biased. Bobby Reid is flabbergasted to receive a yellow card after winning a 50-50 challenge with James Ward-Prowse. I've said this before on here. It feels like fans are writing the club's Twitters now. They used to be very stoic and some bias not being left at the door there. But then, should they be impartial? Who knows? They're only representing their clubs, aren't they? So Birmingham, you can see there, are level with Forest, Coventry. Well, everybody other than Wickham, who are losing, and Rotherham, who are not playing, are level down the bottom there. So we are a bit quiet on goals thus far. 2 in the Barnsley game from Edmonds, Green and Hellick. 1 for Bristol City and 1 for Reading. So a quiet old day so far. Hopefully, in the words of WWF commentator Jim Ross, business is about to pick up. But we'll see. Stoke going to be 7th for 20-odd game weeks, then squeeze into 6th on the final day. That's been my prediction for a long while, chappers. For sure. It could be the way. It could be the way. Blackburn 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Oh, my goodness. We were talking about 30% possession or something for Wednesday in that one. And is this Pulis ball in action? 41st minute. Wednesday have the lead. Let's go and have a look. It says, what a strike on the Sheffield Wednesday Twitter. Let's head over there ASAP and find out who scored. Adam Reach. So it could be a banger of a left foot, which it often is. Oh, I love it. You don't love it if you're a Blackburn fan. That's tremendous. Pause that. Someone take a screenshot of that. Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, there you go. The second shot's just gone up. 27% possession, and they have the lead off the back of over 100 passes at least. Sensational Pulis ball going on here. We'll have a look in a sec. Reading have also, in the 41st minute, they have also scored. So Reading have gone 2-0 up. Reading looking good for a win now. 2 up going in to half-time. Reach collects possession and bangs in from 25 yards. Semedo is the goal scorer for Reading. So 2 in a minute here for us. And Reach is the goal scorer for Wednesday. Let me just update. Pulis switched to a 9-1-0. Absolutely. Gotta love it. Well, unless you're a Blackburn fan or Tony Mowbray or a Blackburn player. So let me just update our ticker along the bottom there. Reading. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I only put it in alphabetical order to make it easy for myself to find, but still struggling. Blackburn 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Sheffield Wednesday win their last game as well. Let me just bring up the live league table. They did. This could be a good day for Sheffield Wednesday, and it could be back-to-back victories. There's the live league table. So Wednesday, I may be jumping the gun, I'm aware, but I'll preface this, as I always say, with, as it stands, Wednesday would be going for back-to-back wins and jumping up to 15 points. You can see there with the 6-point deduction. If that were the case, without the deduction, they would be as good as QPR in 19th, and obviously better than Forest, Derby and Rotherham, who are within 6 points of them. You can see Reading up in 5th. They've got the stranglehold there, and Swansea lead. Swansea have taken the lead. We're just seeing the goal from Adam Reach. It's an absolute beaut, actually. Bit of a mix-up, bit of a counter-attack. Gets it out of his feet and just curls it into the top corner. Beautiful goal. Bannon, just booted it forward. It's Ayala getting in the left back. I assume that's Douglas's way. Oh, a lovely finish by Reach. Great goal. Goal of the day so far. We have not seen Semedo's goal yet for Reading either. You can see Reading have the lead. We did hear about a Swansea goal as well. Swansea will be going, and you can see it's been updated there on SofaScore. Swansea going into second place now. Andre Ayew, of course, after Bidwell hits the post. Ayew, such a fantastic player for Swansea, really sort of coming back from loan spells and rejoining last season and just staying there. And yes, he's been paid a lot of money, but he's been superb for them. Ayew, hasn't he? So we're just waiting to see the Reading goal by Semedo. What else have we got here? Come on, Wednesday. Well, back-to-back wins, Nat. Pulis ball in action. Coventry versus Stoke, not going the way you'd expect. Pretty open. Nice. Stoke with the best chances, but Cov have looked dangerous a few times. Thank you, Sloth. Reach has been on fire this season. Brilliant goal, actually, wasn't it? A few high-flying. Noel says Birmingham have a corner, which is wonderful. One Tony Pulis. There you go. Nat's converted. Defensive mix-up and a proper reach, but it's a lovely goal. Really, really lovely. Floaty curler into the top corner. Right, we're going to see the Swans goal here. Roberts down the right wing back. Big cross to the far post. Oh, dear. So Bidwell heads it, and it looks like the covering defender and the keeper, Iain, getting each other's way. If one of them goes for that goal's preventable. So they bump into each other. The ball then hits the post, comes back out, and then Ayew just heads it into the empty net. Darnell Fisher has got his customary booking. If you're looking for that one to end 10 versus 10, Darnell Fisher's probably your man. Derby versus Preston. Tyrone Mings has been ex-Ipswich player, red carded for Villa. So 2 ex-Ipswich players red carded today, Martin Waghorn and Tyrone Mings. And finally, catching up, we're going to see the Reading goal here. Looks like Bulldog has it. Oh, lovely. That's a great goal, actually, by Reading. Bulldog just stopped, cut inside, slipped it through. Semedo continued his run. Touch, finish, really decisive attacking play by Reading, which we've seen a fair amount of this season. Pulis on a winning streak. Here it comes. Still think Newcastle on Wednesday should swap managers. Well, one of them's been there before, haven't they? Reports that Reach has been fined a week's wages for passing the halfway line. Yeah, to be fair, he did stay as far from the goal as he could before shooting. Nice long range, wasn't it? Paul woke up after a power nap in Vietnam. Nice. Can't see any other shirts. Just Leeds everywhere. We play Burnley tomorrow. Nice. Look forward to that one. What else have we got here in the chat? 1-0 Swans. Knew it. Swansea, AU, of course. Dallas is watching the Villa match. And yes, we haven't seen the Mings incident, but Mings has been sent off for 2 yellows, managing to get 2 before half times. Are we still doing bad puns? James, the bad puns never stop in the chat, do they? Are you kidding me? Are you? I think it's pronounced are you, isn't it? Let's not get into pronunciation. I just refuse nowadays to pronounce everybody's name in the accent of the native language they speak when I literally can only speak one language. So I don't even try anymore. Anyone know what did Mings do then for his second yellow? Knew it. Warburton needs to go. QPR Forever's been on that bandwagon for a little while. Mings 2 yellows in 5-minute span. Oh dear. There you go. Liam's got a goal in his game. MK Dons 1. Bristol Rovers 0. Lovely stuff. In the 3rd minute of stoppage time at half time. I think we are getting most of our games through to half time. Let me just update our ticker along the bottom because we had a second goal for Reading, which I've done. Did I do AU's goal? I did not. Let's throw that one in. And I think we're all up to date with our... No, we're not, because Cardiff have literally just taken the lead against Brentford, which is good news for, well, if you're a Reading fan or a Watford fan or a Swansea fan. Cardiff 1, Brentford 0 on 45 minutes, probably in stoppage time. Actually, Cardiff have scored. Ali McCoist is laughing away, so we'll see what happens. It's a counter-attack. Oh, my God. And it's a lob. I can't believe that. Who scored that? Must have been Harry Wilson, mustn't it? Will Volks. Will Volks has scored a lob from inside his own... Is he inside his own half? Glatzel knocks out. He's way inside his own half. Oh! Wow. Does that bounce over the goal line as well? That's a brilliant goal by Will Volks. It bounces just over the line. So Volks is probably about 5 yards inside his own half. He hits that lovely, doesn't swerve at all. That's an insane goal by Volks. In the words of the lesser spotted now, Andy Gray, take a bow, son. What a goal by Will Volks, scoring from inside his own half. I'm rather taken aback by that. I didn't know he had it in him. I know he could throw the ball that far, but a sensational goal by Volks. And Ray didn't do a lot wrong, really. He's not in the worst position in the world. He's not miles out off his line. It's just a brilliant first-time shot from Volks. Absolutely stunning goal, really. Let's have a look. What are you guys saying here? He's going to get us relegated if he stays, Ben. It's going that way, isn't it? And they're behind again, Rangers. Half-time, Noel is watching Forest and Blues. Rangers are playing well. Don't think you can play in the manager for Swan's goal. Was a bit of a mistake. Nat's back on the playoff, the playoff bus now with Wednesday looking for their second straight victory. Maybe our halftime task will be to come up lyrics for the sin bin jingle, the fake news sin bin. There it is. Hello to Russ, excellent, who sponsors our review show this season. What a goal by Cardiff, wasn't it? Ridiculous goal. Redunculous. Much needed goal to keep in touch with the playoffs for Cardiff. Indeed. And it'd be the first defeat in 10, 11? Even more, I think, for Brentford. Haven't lost for ages. David is watching Forest and Birmingham. Fairly poor, bitty first half. Who would have thought it, Houghton and Karanka. Forest had the better of the limited chances. If only we could finish, said every football fan ever. Right. I think we're all up to date. And you will be able to see, ticking along the bottom there. Excuse me. You couldn't hear that, could you? My tummy's still full of food from yesterday, I think. Right. So it is Aston Villa 1, Palace 0. Bertrand Traore scored after 5, but Tyrone Mings was red carded in stoppage time. Second yellow card. So Villa are going to be 10 against 11 in the second half. Fulham 0, Southampton 0. Although we did see a pretty spectacular miss, or, well, didn't even get the shot off. Che Adams there, the ball spinning away from him with the goal gaping. Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 1. Couple of set play goals in that one. Edmonds Green for Huddersfield. And then Hellick didn't even cross the line. Didn't even hit the net, rather. But the goal line technology giving that one. Blackburn 0. Sheffield Wednesday 1. At time of goal, Sheffield Wednesday with 27% possession and 1 shot on target. Absolutely glorious stuff from Tony Pulis. Great goal by Adam Reach, I have to say. Touch and really deliberately bends that past Kaminsky into the top corner. Bournemouth postponed, but Swansea winning, which is bad news for Bournemouth. And Brentford losing, which is good news for Bournemouth. Norwich and Watford play tonight. Reading winning as well, as it pertains to Bournemouth not playing. Bristol City 1, Wickham 0. Chris Martin headed in. O'Dowda's cross on the back post. Cardiff 1, Brentford 0. I'm not lying. Don't put me in the fake news sin bin for saying this. Will Volk scored from inside his own half with a first-time right footer that didn't bounce and went over the line as well. It was a hell of a shot by Will Volks. That's not fake news sin bin worthy, I have to say. Coventry 0, Stoke 0. Derby 0, Preston 0. Derby down to 10. Martin Waghorn sent off on 20 minutes. Borough and Rotherham postponed. So Borough dropping out of the top 6 as it stands, with Reading leading 2-0. And Rotherham, well, they might be safe because Derby are down to 10. We'll see what Preston can do in the second half, but potential for Rotherham to drop into the bottom 3 today may not happen now. We will see. Forest Birmingham is 0-0. Rangers 0, Swansea 1. Looks like Rangers have played well for a lot of that half. However, Andre Ayew scored on 44. And we know how good Swansea's defence is now. So that's going to be a tricky second half for QPR. Swansea will go into second, not only breaching the parachute cartel, but taking a sledgehammer to it and going into second place at the as it will stand before the Norwich and Watford game tonight. As you can see there, Reading 2, Luton 0. McIntyre, nicely worked corner. That one, he volleys that home. And great second goal, give and go between Semedo and McIntyre. Not McIntyre, idiot. Semedo and Baldock. Semedo, touch, finish. Really good goal, actually. He's playing number 10 there. They've been heavily reliant on Elise, but Semedo doing the business today. Remember, no Maite, no Zhao, no Moore, no Richards. So Reading without half of a first team, and they don't have the squads that some of the other championship clubs do. And finally, we'd normally cover Ipswich, but they are also postponed today. Was going to be Northampton Town going to Ipswich. But hey, a week off of disappointment and misery. Let's have a look at your comments. What have we got in here? Let me scroll up. Just saying, comments still working. StreamYard has been an absolute pain the last 2 streams. So we'll keep the comments going, but they have dropped off, haven't they? Forest versus Birmingham, sponsored by Silent Night. Boring and seasonal. There we go. Need a Crew win and Blackburn win for 250 quid. And typically Blackburn are losing at home to Pulis. Volleys hit that perfectly. You mean Volks? Fair game. Rage knew it was in. Raya, I think. That and Fulham in the playoff final. Are there questions? Oh, I like Raya, but great finish. That one was less of his fault than the one in the playoff final, wasn't it? Half-time, Pulis ball working exactly as he's liked. 7 shots to 3. Mobe wondering why the football gods are against him. Yeah, they've come a cropper against all of the low blocks they've come up against Blackburn in recent weeks, haven't they? So it doesn't matter if you've got brilliant attacking players. Your pattern of play needs to be able to get through a low block defensive system. Kieran says Luton are playing shocking and Reading really up for this. Yeah. Well, let's see if Nathan Jones gets amongst it at half time. If Wednesday were to win all of their games for the rest of the season, where would they likely finish? Probably top, wouldn't they? Have we still got, how many games have we got to go? 26, 60. Oh, maybe not top, but very high up. Put it that way. I agree with Kieran, although Luton should have had a penalty. Are Blackburn looking like they can win? Need them on my acca. We've got a couple of people watching that one, Daniel. I think Pulis ball in action now, and he's defending a lead. I wish I had a head of hair like you. What conditioner do I use? From Barney. Oh, dearie me. What am I using at the moment? Shaylee got a big one from Costco, a massive one where you press down on the top. I couldn't even tell you what it is. But yeah, thanks. It wouldn't be a stream without anyone commenting on my hair, would it? Hey, Chris is here. Excellent. Cardiff Brentford, a dull and tetchy game. No shots on target until Volk scored from 10 yards inside his own half in the last minute. Even at 0-0, I was going to say Brentford need more if they want automatic. Well, Swansea are winning and Norwich apparently disappearing off into the distance, aren't they? In unrelated news, what a Carabao Cup win for Brentford. Well, we did it on the watch-along. James. Lovely stuff. It went in the top right-hand corner from Volks. Couldn't have hit it any better. It was a great goal, wasn't it? Full credit for watching Raya's high line all game. Yeah, he had to execute that, didn't he? I think Villa can hold out without Mings, Ben. Possibly, but I suppose I was going to say they are playing against a Roy Hodgson team, but that Roy Hodgson team does have Wilf Zaha up front, doesn't it, as well? So you'd think 45 minutes, 11 against 10, Palace should be able to score, but we'll see. Blackburn are killing everybody's accumulators today. And they're killing Bits' bet as well, aren't they? Reading pitch is terrible. Oh, Swift on the bench. Oh, nice. Good to see him back. Welcome back to the unpredictable championship. I hope you're referring to the shampoo there, Ben. I don't know what. I've probably said 20 things in the last 3 minutes. Wednesday seemed to play well against ball-playing teams. Bournemouth, Blackburn, Cov almost beat Norwich. Well, of course, sit in. Back to earth. See, Russ he's one of those fans. He's setting himself. The pessimist is never disappointed. And yeah, there's the question. Will Watford have the mythical new manager bounce? Those people who know my opinions on the manager of the month curse will probably understand similar opinions on the new manager bounce, but we'll see what happens. Tonight, Norwich and Watford at 7:45. Xisco Munoz, his first game. Will the shackles be off from the Ivic era? And will they suddenly turn into Barcelona 2007 overnight? 2009, maybe. We'll see. Let's have a look at the live league table. So Norwich's lead cut by 1, which means potentially they can go 7 points clear tonight, Norwich with a win. Bournemouth obviously postponed, not playing. Reading 2-0 up, and from what we've seen in the comments, looking home and hosed and playing well, Reading. Let me know if your second half's kicked off. I'm just seeing a few starting on my notifications on Twitter. Brentford are losing, and it's going to be their first defeat in a while. Will Volks from the halfway, way inside his own half. What a goal. Stoke are level, destined to be in 7th place for eternity, I think, this season. Borough are postponed. Bristol City are winning and closing up on their playoff teams. They're on to 33 points. Very tight there between 2nd place and 9th place is a 6-point gap. And we know that, talk about 3-game weeks, a 3-game week every week for about the last 6 weeks, hasn't it? And, excuse me, another one coming up, really. And then we do get 2 weeks off at the halfway point after January the 2nd. As we work our way down, so Cardiff moving up into 10th, Huddersfield and Barnsley level, Blackburn losing, Preston are level, but Derby down to 10, Luton behind, Birmingham, Cov level, QPR losing again, Forest and Derby level, but just look out for that Derby game with Preston 11 versus 10. Wednesday are winning, and it would be back-to-back victories for Mr. Pulis. If they can pick that one up. Russ, I'm not sure there is going to be a watch along tonight. I think with schedules being what they are and lots of stuff on the board, it might have to be just a SuperStream today, but we'll see. I'm going to do some cooking, and then the dogs are going to need to go for a walk, and we'll see what HQ says, basically. So been quite impressed with my own hair growth, Ben. It's been 10 months. Excellent work. Bits. Pessimist. I'm dreading having to watch another 45 minutes. That's tremendous. Can't rule out Blackburn, but need to get Elliott on the ball. Much more. No big chances at all in the first half. That's a good question. Thoughts on the January transfer? And it'd be very, very interesting. What we need in the January transfer window is a chance for the money to get flowing. We basically need a parachute team to sell within the first week and then reinvest in the championship, and then all the dominoes start falling. What we don't want is a Josh King or Ismail Sarr or whoever, Todd Cantwell, Emi Buendia, whoever's going to be the big sale in January, waiting until the last day, and then everyone's waiting for the dominoes to fall and nothing happens. I watched Exeter versus Forest Green. Chris is an absolute savant when it comes to football, isn't he? Terrific, even first half. Exeter, the better second half. 2 serious promotion contenders in League 2. Nice job. That's why Chris is so well read. He watches about 5 games a day. If we win, we go into the top 5. 5. This is why we won't win. It's too soon for Michael O'Neill. If QPR are destined to forever be in what is it? Where's QPR's natural? It's 16th or something, isn't it? Stoke destined to forever be in 7th this season. No goals so far in the second half. We will keep looking. We'll keep doing this. Luke Jeffcott, by the way, what a scoring record. He'll be in the World Squad. I think Luke Jeffcott, who does he play for? I think he scored against Ipswich as well. Seems to be a good player. Brexit will force more. That's a good point, Russ, actually. Yeah. Some new rules, which I'll need to read up on. Depends if Premier League clubs panic buy. Yeah. And the one you've always got to look at as well is West Ham, because West Ham are happy to go to the Championship and spend the big bunts, aren't they? For the Champions League teams, they don't care. They'll just spend the 35 million, except for Tottenham, maybe. They'll just spend the 35 million. But yes, we will see. Reading played well in a scrappy game. Tom McIntyre, he's one of our own. Lovely goal by Tom McIntyre. That I saw his name come up and said, "Oh, that'll be a 2-yard bundle in," and there's a lovely left foot volley in. I swear Gary Gardner has been playing football for about 57 years. Yeah, I think he seems to have been, doesn't he? Stoke hit the bar. Who hit the bar, Sloth? Tell me. Deserved a goal. Brilliant athletic article by Michael Bailey explaining it. I will give that a look. Russ, the Ruster. Plymouth Argyle, another... Yeah. He definitely scored against Ipswich. What was his name? Yeah, have a look out for him, actually, because these good players in League One only last about 3 months before someone takes them. So, what was his name? Jeffcott. Luke Jeffcott. Have a look out for him. Seems to be doing really well. Who's the one for Lincoln as well? Who's got George Grant, who's got a ton of goals. A ton of goals from midfield, hasn't he? As a Norwich fan, I thought I would be more worried, but we have the gift of being able to hold on to our players with the hope of promotion come the end of the season. Yeah, we debated that, James, didn't we? I personally don't actually agree with that. And we're talking about one Norwich player in particular, where what's another? Do you know what I mean? If you're going to end up playing at a much higher level than Norwich, which potentially Buendia could, do you really care about another 3 months in the Championship and another promotion if you can get to a really big club? So we'll see. But yeah, for some of their other players where they might be able to just play a little bit higher, then yeah, it's the thing. But I just think for players who are going right up, I doubt they'd be that bothered with hanging around for another, well, say 3 months, another 4 months from January in a Championship promotion. They just want to get as high as they can and start playing where they think their potential ultimately is going to be. We're seeing a chance. Oh, is this going to be the Stoke chance that hits the crossbar? Nicely worked. Oh, he hits into the ground, doesn't he? Who was that with the left foot? Was that Powell? Bit of a blurry picture. Might have been Powell. I couldn't quite tell. Oh, Richard's getting angry. Look, no. The one at Lincoln's look out is for Brennan Johnson. Well, we know all about Brennan Johnson because I know his father very well. He used to play for Ipswich, David Johnson. So, yeah, been looking out for him for a long while now. Sorinola is moving in January to a Championship club, or I have no idea who that is, Liam. This is where people will know much more than me about the kind of highly sought-after players, let's just say. My hope for West Brom, if we are to go down, really need to hold on to Pereira, Jai, Dan Gunner and Co. Yeah, I can see that not being an issue. Hamza, it's just the worry, Hamza, is that, Big Sam just brings in 5 players that he's already worked with before and just forgets everything good that they've done before. Good point, Ben. I suppose the bigger the club that a player moves to, the less likely they will have regular first-team game time. Tricky decision. Yeah, I just think you have to look at it from a player's point of view. And they're very confident, very, what is the word? They're very ambitious, confident people, aren't they? And they will back themselves. I mean, I can see a comment coming in about Todd Cantwell. Do you think someone like Todd Cantwell is going to go to a club and not think he's getting in the first team? He wouldn't care where he went to. He'd back himself, wouldn't he? So, yeah, it's a tough one, but it's a short career. And without sounding really cynical, Norwich will get promoted, very, very likely. Where will they finish next season? Do you know what I mean? It's almost like they could have an amazing season and finish 9th like Sheffield United did. Or you can go to a really big club and, 9th is the minimum of where you're going to finish and you're looking above. So I've heard West Ham aren't wanting to buy big in January as they're content with the levels. Bad run of form. Yeah, of course it would change it, wouldn't it? Wow, I didn't know David Johnson is Brennan Johnson's dad. Of course. Yes. QPR 0, Swansea 2. A second goal for the Swans, and our Rangers friends are not going to be happy in here, are they? We'll have a look. Tony Cottee, what a great player he was, is doing this one. So it's Grimes. Oh, it's a lovely ball through. Jamal Lowe, clear behind. Hey, composure. I'm gonna have egg on my face with Jamal Lowe, aren't I? I've said all season, they need a striker, they need a striker. Can they convert Lowe? I'm not sure they can. He's doing great now, isn't he? 2-0 to Swansea, and Jamal Lowe scores again. He is in lovely form, Lowe, isn't he? And is he going to do a Watkins here? Free header there, missed by Cavaliero. I dare say a certain Serbian on the bench at Fulham may have buried that one. Sorry, let me just update that. Swansea go 2-0 up. Let me just read some more of these. Agreed, Cantwell to West Brom sort of move. Might as well. Exactly. Yeah, totally right, Russ. So, yeah, hang on and get your next championship medal. And, you might get West Brom might be a division lower than Norwich next season anyway. But, yeah, if it's Arsenal or something, you're not bothered about your... with respect to the championship, when that's at stake, you're not bothered. So, Sam Allardyce loves signing a winger and a holding midfielder. Can you get that in one player? Can one player do both? Buendia could just about play at any club in the country week in, week out. This is the thing, right? This is the thing where if you're saying that, then really the other comment then about, we can hold on. Goal for Brentford. They kind of contradict each other, because if he can play at any club in the country, you don't have too much hope of, if he said he wants to go, of holding on. You just want to get that Champions League money, get that big money in. Sergi Canos has equalised for Brentford in the 50th minute. Oh dear, QPR 0, Swansea 3 in the 57th minute there. Oh my God. The 2 goals in the Cardiff and Brentford game. The Swansea goal has been disallowed, by the way. Sensational. Canos, it comes out to him, and it's a really hard volley. It's coming back, and I don't know how to describe it. It gets deflected. He's moving back away from the goal. He has to step back to then volley it forward, and he loops it over the keeper's head. It's a brilliant goal by Canos. Sorry, the third Swansea goal did not happen. Well, it did happen, and then it got disallowed in that one. So Brentford have equalised. They are, as it stands, staying undefeated for how many games? Someone let me know in the comments. How many games are Brentford undefeated for now? Like 11 or something? 12? I'm making it up. I can't remember. Canos with the second goal of our second half here. Sir Sergi Canos, yes, after that volley, certainly was. Wasn't it? It's Thompson who hit the bar. Stoke not taking our chances. We had a team pressing the issue. These are the types of games we tend to lose. They're the type of games that if you win, you go from 7th into the playoffs, don't you? Always rated Kanyos, very tidy player. Brilliant goal by Kanyos. 2 shots on target in this match, both worldies. I agree. Come on, Blackburn. 14, including the cup. Oh, is that Brentford? Thank you, Hamza, with the stats. There we go. Gibbler's in there as well. 13 league, 14 in cup. Superb. QPR Forever says, our owners don't care and don't want to invest. Yeah, they do seem to have lost interest since the 5-year plan of whatever 3-year plan, 5-year, I can't remember what 4-year plan, 6, 7, but I covered them all. Jason is bored of Southampton Fulham. How goes the Championship? Absolute car crash as ever, Jason. But we love it, don't we? We love it. But only 2 goals thus far in the second half. Hopefully that banner down the bottom is accurate. I think it is. Did I put Kanyos' goal in? Yeah, I think we're all up to date. Let me just give a quick little plug there. Patreon, I know I can see, because I can see plenty of names that I know from Patreon, but we're now making a good move of giving more exclusive stuff on Patreon. After a lot of the streams now, I'm going in and doing real quick, like 5-minute versions of what I've just spoken about for an hour, which is great because I get to formulate my thoughts and then give it to the Patreons really directly. And the only place where you'll get my predictions all in a row without having to watch the whole hour show. I know a lot of people like watching the whole hour show on the preview streams is on Patreon. So we're picking up there quite nicely. It's moving forward well. So do get involved in Patreon if you can. There you go. Loving the Patreon stuff, says James. Thank you, sir. Did Brentford score? Yes, they did. He's a great guy, ain't he? Who's that? Sergi Kanyos. David is here, who is going to be joining the preview show as a sponsor. David, I'll get that all sorted out for the next one. Could be a belter. We'll see. Norwich, Watford later on. Watford, Norwich, for those pedants who like to correct everything I get wrong ever. QPR are needed in the Premier League, same as Blackburn, both clubs. I just think of the old Merlin sticker books. There you go. Right. Let's have a look at the Alive League table. So, remember, importantly, Norwich and Watford play at 7:45. Bournemouth and Borough, who started the day in the top 6, both postponed, which means Swansea, who are 2-0 up, are currently moving into second place. Superb job by Steve Cooper thus far. 39 points from 21 is going to be highly decent. Brentford are now level. If they were behind to Will Volk's a ridiculous long-range halfway line goal, Sergi Kanyos with the equaliser. They can tie Bournemouth's 38 points, but Bournemouth, remember, have had a 5-0 and a 4-0 in recent games, haven't they? So pretty strong on the goal difference, Bournemouth, aren't they? Reading are also 2-0 up. So Reading and Swansea looking very, very good for a victory today. And their places in the top 6. And big game tonight. Could be a really nice one for Norwich. A win would take them 7 points clear with Bournemouth not in action today. A chance for them to extend the lead. Or Watford could jump up into 4th place and in some way re-establish a little bit of the parachute cartel with those imposters, Swansea, in the way in 2nd place. But yeah, going to be an interesting one tonight. Xisco Munoz, first game in charge of Watford. Ashley, I'm enjoying today. Reading winning again. What more could I want? Half your first team back, Ashley. I'm sure. Fair play to Reading without Omar Richards, John Swift for ages now, Maite, Zhao, and Liam Moore now out for 6 weeks, and they are winning. Terrific work by Veljko Paunovic there. Who did he sign in the sub? Did he even sign anybody? Deary me. Big chance missed from Villa, really. Villa with 10 men in that one. What's happening in our Premier League games, by the way? Villa are leading, but down to 10. Mings got sent off. Fulham and Southampton, I have got up on the iPad there. 62-ish gone there. Someone mentioned Brennan Johnson 5 minutes ago. He's just scored for Lincoln. There we go. But yeah, 0-0 in our dearly departed games there in the Premier League. Nothing indeed, Russ. Boring. Hey, delayed pilot, Blackburn, Wednesday, 62. Oh, Bradley Dack is back. That is tremendous news. He's been out an entire year. Oh, that's really, really great news. He could be the glue that links that team together in terms of just piecing the whole thing with Elliott and Armstrong up top. Pushing and shoving at Brentford. Are we getting a sending off or something here? It's Volks, actually, in exactly the same place in the pitch where he scored from. 10 yards inside his own half. Takes down Vitaly Janelt. I assume he stayed on. I'm not seeing anything about a red card. Right. How are we looking now? Let me just... I'm going to sneeze. Hang on. Now I've said that, I'm not going to sneeze. Let me just put the charge in that. We are probably about 25 minutes away from the end of all of these 3 p.m. kickoffs. Let's just bang through what is going on down the bottom there. If you follow the ticker, Villa 1, Palace 0, Traore, Fulham 0, Southampton 0. Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 1, Hellick and Edmonds Green. Blackburn 0, Wednesday 1. Reach, lovely goal, with Barry Davis say. Bournemouth and Millwall postponed. Bristol City 1, Wickham 0, Chris Martin, back post header. You knew it already. Cardiff 1, Brentford 1. Go out of your way to see both goals in that game. Volks and Kanyos. Cov 0, Stoke 0, Derby 0, Preston 0. Waghorn sent off after 20 for Derby. Borough and Rotherham postponed. Rotherham going into the bottom 3, depending on what Derby and Preston do. Forest 0, Birmingham 0, Rangers 0, Swansea 2, AU and Lowe. Who needs strikers getting the goals there? Reading 2, Luton 0, McIntyre and Semedo. Watford Norwich tonight. Ipswich Northampton postponed as well. So we still got a decent amount of games to keep ourselves informed with today. Am I going to see this Brennan Johnson goal here? Jono's boy. Oh dear. Burton trying to play out from the back and snatches it off him and sticks it in the corner. Bit of a embarrassing goal there. Fake Steez news. I didn't sneeze in the end, did I? It was absolutely fake news, wasn't it? Smithies has had to tip 2 over. All Brentford now. Can they push on and get the turnaround? At the moment, we couldn't beat Shepherd's Bush FC. Deary me. Forest 0, Birmingham 0, says David. Much of the same in the second half. Birmingham, a couple of chances. No one looking like scoring or not looking like we're getting a goal in this one. Chance in the Fulham game for Saints here. Shane Long, but easily tipped over by Areola. Time for a peppermint shot. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I love it. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. There's so much booze in my house. It's not even funny. Free kick miss from Palace. Viner. Oh, no. Bristol City, stop getting players injured, for goodness sakes. Struggling in the centre-back positions, Bristol City, all season. Substitutions all starting now to occur in our 5-sub world that we tolerate this season. Quick little plug down the bottom there. I plugged Patreon. Let's plug the old Super Chats again. They can support the channel via Super Chat any point during the broadcast. Obviously, we're growing beautifully, nearly 13,600 subscribers. That does bring us in a nice start in terms of money each month. Equaliser for Wycombe, we'll come to it, but we do still rely on a few Super Chats each show just to tot it up while we're growing. As I've said for a year now, one more grant, one more grant to come, and we're looking good to be able to do this full time now. Fingers crossed. But your Super Chats really, really help as the channel grows. Villa have gone 2-0 up. Second goal for Villa and a Wycombe equaliser in short order there. I didn't get the minute or the goal scorer for Wycombe just yet, and we'll find out what's happened there. Gareth McCleary scoring, the ex-Reading player, the winger, McCleary scoring on 68 for Wycombe. And Wycombe often go on and mess situations like this up. Can they press it home and either take a point or, even better, go and get the victory now? Because we don't want to see them lose another tight game. Been the story of their season. Courtney Hauser with the goal for Villa. And I believe Brentford have completed the turnaround on our 2-1 up as predicted by Chris in the chat. Sergi Canos has a second goal. Who needs Said Benrahma? Hey, a second goal for Canos, playing in Benrahma's position. They're checking in the Fulham game for a possible handball here, which would be giving a penalty to Southampton. So I'm going to update the ticker with 3 quick goals there. Canos puts Brentford 2-1 up at Cardiff. Villa with 10 men, fair play to them, go 2-0 up against Palace. And Wycombe, competitive again, but still only 2 wins this season, are level at Bristol City. Let's see if they can indeed hold on this time. Hopefully we'll get a look at some of the goals. Right, we have Michelle Owen up, so we're about to see Gareth McCleary's goal. Step over, left corner of the box. Holds it. Oh, lucky. Big deflection on that one. Dan Bentley screams at the defender for letting the shot get away in the first place. But I think that goes down in the muggy deflection category there. But hey, he worked the angle. He got the shot off. And we've said this a lot when we've been talking about deflections, that often, you know, that's the way of working against the tight stacked defence. Get it to the edge of the box, get a shot on target. And, you know, if teams want to defend deeply and narrow in numbers, get your shots off. Deflections are very hard to save when your defence is loaded. And we're now going to see the Brentford goal. Canos coming down the left, taking on Bakuna and taking on Rolls, was it? Oh, and fires the shot in on the near post. Lovely run and finish by Canos. From the position he picks the ball up, he shouldn't be scoring from there, let's just say, from Neil Harris's point of view in Cardiff's. But, well, we just said it about McCleary's goal. Work the angle, have a crack, and you got a chance inside 2. Lovely stuff from Canos. Yes, Villa increased their lead. Brentford 2-1. Annie says he'd love to see Wycombe lose another tight game. I bet he would. We've seen a nice equaliser in the Charlton game there. Don't know who scored that. Smashed in from outside of the box, left-footed. Canos scores again. He's playing much better than earlier. Has Bakuna on toast. Is he still playing right back? Now I'm getting confused now. it's the Huddersfield Bacuna that's been moved from right back up front, not the Cardiff Bacuna. Kanyos, I think, maybe hitting form, isn't he? Indeed. Russ says the Wickham goal, brilliant. It definitely goes down in the muggy category, doesn't it, Russ? Got to go to work. Have a good Noel. Lovely to have you along, my friend. Great subscriber, always watching Birmingham. Have a good shift at work. Nice to be able to go to work, isn't it? Enjoy. You don't buy a ticket. Well, exactly. Palace getting desperate now at Villa Park. Sergi is hunting a hat-trick. Not far away with a curling effort. We're coming up about 70 minutes gone in a lot of the games. I think Cardiff and Brentford are a few minutes behind. Let me just give you a time check, guys, and we'll see where each game is. So furthest along, sorry, I got that completely the wrong way around. Cardiff and Brentford are the furthest ahead. Sorry. They're 78 in. Barnsley and Huddersfield delayed a bit there. They've only played 70. So as usual, we have about 8-10 minutes difference between the top, or well, the longest and the shortest time. We have to wait. Oxford playoff push incoming. Yeah, slow start this season by Oxford in League One. This time last year, I was at Villa Park. Villa very lucky that day, but today Palace have been poor. Wouldn't it just be nice to be at a game? Blackburn 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Look away now, Sheffield Wednesday fans. We thought it might be 2 straight wins, but in the, let me give you a minute, 76th minute, we have a Blackburn equaliser. Should we flip a coin? Was it Elliott or Armstrong? We'll find out in a minute. Wouldn't it be great if it was Dak? Blackburn equalising against Sheffield Wednesday. Do we have a goal at Fulham or is it offside? It looks like it's offside in that one. Joe Rothwell, in fact, the goal scorer. Yeah, Shane Long is definitely going to get given offside in VAR land. Let me just update that. So Rothwell, very good driving runner from central midfield. And I wonder whether that will be where the goal comes from. And of course, look at that. Wow. That's been 3 goals now. I can remember Rothwell, 2 he scored and 1 he assisted, where he's just driven right the way through a defence. I think he set 1 up against Preston, scored 1 at Brentford, and this one today. He's a real dangerous player driving from deep. If you are deep, watching out for Armstrong and Elliott, Rothwell is a real weapon. And I said that before I saw the goal. A superb goal by Rothwell there. And Blackburn are level on 76 minutes. Let's look at your comments. Beautiful goal by Rothwell, wasn't it? Jess Russell. What a great runner he is from deep central midfield. Harvey Elliott playing for Rovers today. I think, well, I saw them in the flesh and they give him the ball a hell of a lot, but a lot of pressure on a very young player now very quickly. What else have we got here? Rothwell just holds RT to R2. Is that a PlayStation move? I think that reference is over my head, Jason, but that may be a PlayStation move, I think. Mr. Brexit with a picture of Big Sam. Apart from the red, the ref has been awful in Derby versus Preston. It's a PlayStation move, is it? Whew. Over my head. Cardiff 1, Brentford 3. That's a tip of a cap to Brentford. That's excellent work from them. Has Kanyos got the hat trick? I wonder. 73rd minute goal. Brentford looking in serious business now, aren't they? Let's see who the goal scorer is. But Brentford behind at Cardiff. Cardiff have been really, really good at home and banging in the 3 goals as well. And to be fair to Brentford, they only conceded from an absolute worldie from inside his own half from Will Volks. But they are now 3-1 up. Brentford, excellent work. Hat-trick for Sergi Canos. I suspect we probably don't need to discuss very far for our player of the weekend. Villa have just gone 3-0 up as well in minute 76. I don't know what's happening to Palace in that game. That's a Roy Hodgson team, so very uncharacteristic that 10 vs 11 would be 3-0 up. But hey-ho. But yeah, Sergi Canos, amazing stuff. Hopefully we get a look at the goal. If anyone can give us a description, if they're watching Villa, can give us a description of the 3rd goal for Villa. I do not know who the scorer is yet, but I'm sure we'll find out very, very soon. That will be great. 3-0 Villa, 3-0 El Ghazi. El Ghazi's doing well, hey? I thought they would go to pieces without Ross Barkley up top. So you're way ahead of iPlayer and told me about Sergi's hat-trick before I saw it. Sorry, Skipper. Enjoy it, though. Enjoy it. Canos hat-trick. Rothwell always said, did Rothwell used to play for Oxford Animation? Tell me about him. I'm not aware. Right. We've gone to Ali McCoist, who knew where the goal was himself, didn't he? So here's Canos on the left again. Double step over. Oh, that is just filth. Absolute filth. And clips it over. That's a really good hat-trick. A seriously good hat-trick by Sergi Canos. That's a hell of a performance. He's just come inside and dinked it over the keeper. I think he gets a little touch on it, but woo, what a hat-trick. That is really on fire today, Sergi Canos. I'm pretty certain he's going to be our championship player of the round, isn't he? Unless someone does something ridiculous. Sergi indeed. What a hat-trick that is. Brilliant. 10-man West Brom lost 3-0 to Villa, and I thought we were rubbish. How about a Palace with the extra man? Fair comment, Hamza. Very fair comment. Thanks, Annie. Watkins gives to El Ghazi, edge of the box, and he smashes it, larrups it into the far corner. He's done really good, El Ghazi. I think he scored 4 goals since he's come in, El Ghazi. So, brilliant. Chappers makes the same point about 10 men's not for everyone for West Brom. Holding under a lot of pressure now by the fans due to recent form. Results might just turn the opinions of Mark Ashton and the Lansdowne. Well, we will see with Bristol City. 25-minute hat-trick by Canos. This time beating Bakuma and again loving Smithies. All 4 goals at the end. At that end with the assistance of a strong wind. Nice. 4 goals in 4 games. Definitely looking very, very good. Sergi Canos, Oh, hello. Cardiff have a goal back, and we're only at minute 76. It is 3-2 in that game now. I want a Sean Morrison header. No, I want a scrambled Sean Morrison goal from a long throw is what I want to see. But Cardiff have got it back to 3-2. I thought Brentford were home and host there, but we will see. We only need 3 goals now, do we? I need to do some updating, and then we'll have a look at Bits's bet. Morrison nods a corner back across, and Volk's effort deflects off Tony. There we go. Similar to what I said, wasn't it? I think we're going to see the goal. Yeah, corner comes in. Morrison nods it back. Muggy deflection. And Volks gets his second. It's Volks 2, Canos 3. Let me update that. Have a read of the ticker. Let me know if I'm behind on any of the goals. It happens. I'm doing 20 things at once here. And I was meant to go and look at the bits bet. Barnsley to score 2. We only have 1. Blackburn to score 2. We only have 1. Bristol City to score 2. We only have 1. Brentford to score 2. Well, we got those. Yeah, we need 3 goals by 3 teams in 3 games with about 15 minutes to do it. there's always hope, isn't there? Always hope. Let's have a look at the live league table, because there's a lot on a lot of these games. I think it's only sort of Swansea and Reading who look home and hosed. And as we've just seen in the Cardiff game, only takes a goal back, and we change our view on that very, very quickly, don't we? So Norwich play 7:45. They are 4 points clear as it stands, and Swansea unlikely to surrender their leading position. They're 2 up. So Swansea going to be moving into second. Bournemouth are postponed today. So Swansea have gone past them. Brentford are moving level on points. But of course, we've just seen a second goal for Cardiff. So Cardiff have got that one back to 3-2, despite the efforts of Sergi Canos and his hat-trick. Reading are 2 up against Luton and look comfortably moving into 5th, which is a bit of a headache for Watford, who can, with a win over Norwich, move back above them later on. Stoke, if they can get a goal in these last 15 or so against Coventry, would jump right up over Reading and Watford onto 36 points, give or take goal difference. Goals scored. No, they'd need 2 goals, but they can still join Reading on 36 points. Borough are postponed. Bristol City have just dropped off because Wycombe equalised in that game. Blackburn are level with Wednesday. Cardiff obviously behind. Huddersfield and Barnsley 12th and 13th both level. Preston are level with Derby. We got a goal in our Premier League game, and Fulham have gone behind in the 85th minute against Southampton. So in our dearly departed game, I'll just update that. Take a look down the bottom. It's Fulham 0, Southampton 1. A late lead for Southampton, who are right up at the top of the league, aren't they? Take a late lead. Walcott converts from Adams' cross. 1-0 Saints in that one for our dearly departed. And moving on. Preston have been playing against 10 since the 20th minute, but haven't got the lead yet against Derby. Luton are behind and going to drop to 15th now. A little bit of a drop off over recent weeks from Luton, who have been in the top half for much of the season. The goal apparently has been disallowed in the... I assume we're going to get a minuscule offside decision here. Whoever the runner is, I think it's Adams. Looks like his right knee is offside as he goes through. Nice finish by Walcott. Offside. So I will change that back and I will stand corrected. No goal. Just moving on down the bottom of that table in the Championship. Rangers are losing. Coventry and Birmingham are level. Little 3-point gap there with Rangers losing. Forest are level. Could there be a winner in the Forest-Birmingham game? That would be a key goal if one were to come. Derby are, as it stands, going to put Rotherham into the bottom 3 with Rotherham not playing. However, they have been playing with 10 men for most of the afternoon. So you wouldn't be surprised if Preston did, in the end, wear them down. 83-37 gone at the game at Derby. Wednesday, a level away at Blackburn. I guess they'd take 4 points off the 2 games and be trending in the right direction, but obviously have surrendered a lead in that. And Wycombe are also level. Will it be another day where Wycombe are competitive but do not win? Or worse still, even lose? What are you guys saying here? 87 in delayed pilots game. Blackburn pressing for a winner. And I've preempted it, guys. Replay back that clip. Wycombe are now behind. Bristol City have scored in the 87th minute. And it's the story of Wycombe's season, isn't it? They're in tight games. They're competitive and they lose by 1 goal. And it just is the way it's been all season for Wycombe, hasn't it? So Bristol City have taken the lead. Famara Jeju, who has come off the bench to get what we suspect may well be the winning goal in that game. Bristol City 2, Wycombe 1. Bad news for Wycombe, but I have to say, when you're down at the bottom of the table, draws aren't a hell of a lot of use because, the points per game is so slow. You need to, the difference between 0 points and 1 point is obviously less than the difference between 3 and 1. Stating the obvious, but you know what I'm saying. And yes, I have followed a team who was at the bottom of the table all the while, just thinking, just win a game. And that's a great finish by Jeju. He's following up on the edge of the area and he just slams it into the top corner with his right foot. He's been a bit of a super sub a few times this season, Jeju, hasn't he? And he's done it again today for the Robins. Let's bring up the live table. They now go back up to 9th on 33 points. Wycombe, it's going to be a 13th defeat and 2 wins in 21. And the points per game, well, it's not 0.5, but it's getting that way for Wycombe, which is not going to get you anywhere near, is it? So just those couple of quick wins. It was against beat Watford, didn't they? And Birmingham, or did they draw with Watford? I can't remember who they beat. Wycombe. Someone let me know in the comments. Whack for Alan Partridge. Wow, that's a goal. Nathan says sad for Wycombe, but helpful for Cov. Hoping we don't lose at this point to get back on track after that awful performance at Wednesday. Oh, Ben. Who is a good friend of the channel and a Wycombe fan. The championship was nice while it lasted. They've been in so many games, Ben, and you know better than me, where they've been competitive and they lose them by 1 goal. Not only do they not win them, they lose them for heaven's sakes. Not good. Not good at all. Super fam, go on. And here, enjoy that one, my friend, and the Bristol City fans. Never been so down and unexcited about my team. Need new owners, let alone manager. When you think one of our owners is a multi-billionaire, says it all. Yeah, I've said, though, quite a few times, QPR, we're at the point in the championship now where having a rich, extremely wealthy owner means less than it ever has before. With the combination of FFP and parachutes, even if you are a billionaire, what difference can you make? Can only lose 13 million quid. So, anything over 13 million is irrelevant, really, isn't it? If you know what I mean. 4-0 Villa. Goodness me. Roy Hodgson is not going to be a happy camper, is he? I haven't seen that. Has that definitely gone through? Is it definitely 4-0 to the Villa? Let me double check. Oh, I'm sure someone will confirm very, very soon. We're coming into last minutes and all of that jazz. Still, a lot riding on several of these games. We could have a change of result in, all bar the games at Reading and QPR with just 1 goal will change the outcome of the games. It's 1-1 Barnsley and Huddersfield. It's 1-1 Blackburn and Wednesday. It's 2-1 Bristol City and Wycombe. 3-2 Cardiff and Brentford. 0-0 Cov and Stoke. 0-0 Derby and Preston. Derby really good defensively recently. Oh, we've gone to Cardiff. In goes the cross, punched clear. They're looking for a penalty. Full-time, Coventry 0, Stoke 0. Stoke are going to stay just outside the playoffs forever and a day, aren't they? Forest and Birmingham are still 0-0. Rangers 0, Swansea 2, Reading 2, Luton 0. A little bit more certainty in that one. Oof. Mitrovic just puts one past the post in stoppage time in the game between Fulham and Southampton. We're just waiting now. Are we going to get any mad late injury time goals? Bristol City, please hold on to this goddamn lead. Yeah, Stoke have confirmed it's over there. QPR nil, Swansea 2 is a full time. Oh, Luton have got one back in the 90th minute. A goal for Luton. Reading fans will shudder a little bit inside because that could be a Manchester United Champions League like 2 late goals and 3 points from the jaws of, or 1 point from the jaws of 3. We'll find out who the Luton goal scorer is very, very soon. So that means we've only got one game now. And that's over. So the only game which had, we're just having a look at the Luar is going to be the goal scorer. It's going to go to Luar in the 10 position. And he slams it with the right foot and it just bounces in front of Raphael and goes into the corner. He is a long way out. Maybe the keeper could do better. So Fulham 0, Southampton 0 is a full time. It's an all right result that for Fulham, isn't it? Who have been improving nicely, haven't they? Trending in the right direction under Scott Parker the past sort of 6-8 weeks or so. Good job he's doing there. Full time. Let me just update. Reading 2, Luton 1. I'm sure Luton will be throwing the proverbial kitchen sink now. I'm just going to refresh that page and we'll see anything else popping up. Into stoppage time now in most of the games. Are we going to get a decisive late goal? We normally get one, at least one, that changes the outcome of a game. The only stoppage time goal we've had has not changed the outcome of any game yet. That was Luton just popping one in to make it 2-1. But that does put a little bit of extra tension on the rest of the stoppage time. Reading making a defensive substitution by the look of it. Now they're into 3 minutes stoppage time. There we've got full times. QPR 0, Swansea 2. Swansea moves second. We got Coventry 0, Stoke 0. Stoke still just teetering on the edge of the playoffs. It's Blackburn 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. That's just gone through as a full time. So we're done at Blackburn. Wednesday with 4 points in the last 2 games. Bristol City 2, Wycombe 1 is a full time. Wycombe competitive but lose by 1 goal again, as they just tend to, don't they? So you're probably, you're happy if you're a Bristol City fan with the win there. I have to say Bristol City win tight games and Wycombe lose them this season, don't they? Villa 3, Palace 0 is a full time for our dearly departed. We got 4 minutes of stoppage time to play between Brentford and Cardiff. There will be a chance for Cardiff in this game. All they need to do is win a throw-in within 40 yards of the goal, and they'll get Volks to throw that in to Morrison. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Decent point for Cov. I'm starting to get sick of the 0-0 draws. Need to get the attack we had at the start of the season firing. Yeah, big picture though, Nathan, it's looking good for Coventry. You just got to worry about Derby, Forest, etc. going on a run, haven't you, and sucking you in there. But it's been a really good 8-10 games for Coventry results-wise, hasn't it? Can't get a result in the football, and same on Mario Kart against the kids. You're not supposed to be able to beat the kids in Mario Kart, Nat, for sure. Take it easy, True Blue. Yeah, probably despondent QPR fan there. Reading 2, Luton 1 is a full time. A full time there. Damn you, Pulis. Yeah, Bits' bet. Coming a cropper here. Thank you, QPR, forever. Great to see you here. As always, Carl says, good point. I expected a loss. I think we're talking Wednesday there, are we, Carl? That is one of the best hat-tricks I've seen. All 3 Sergi goals were really good. Yeah, splendid. Can they get over the line now? We do have a late goal. We knew there would be one. Barnsley 2, Huddersfield 1. Goodness me. A very, very late winner for Barnsley. Barnsley are going to, well, are they going to move up far? We will find out. Yes, they are. Going to have a nice old jump up into 10th place. And I've just looked away and missed a goal. Is it Hellick again? A late goal for Barnsley in the 90th minute. I think I looked away at the vital time there. I think it was Hellick again. We will have to get that confirmed. But Barnsley have taken a late lead there with the clock ticking past the 90-minute mark. And they've won a lot of games. All of those wins have been under Valerian Ismail. That must be 9 wins in about 16. Hello. Derby 0, Preston 1. Killer. Absolute sickener for Derby there. They've been down to 10 since the 20th minute. And they've got the goal now, finally, Preston. It is a stoppage time winner for Preston. We're about to see it. Sickener for Derby. Good news for Rotherham, though. I think that might keep them out of the bottom 3. Big Stockley has it. Johnson lays it off. It's a lovely goal, actually. Curled into the top corner. Left-footed by Alan Brown in the 96th minute. Alan Brown, one of the out-of-contract potentially players very soon, has just put his wage demands up a little bit more there with a lovely left-footer into the far corner. Goodness me. We thought it might come, but 96th minute is pushing it a little bit. A sickener there for Derby. And a sickener as well for Huddersfield. And the table is all changing. We said, will there be any late goals? Rotherham escaped full-time now at Derby. So Rotherham, who are not playing, were going to drop into the bottom 3 until the 96th minute there. And Preston get the win that's going to pop them up into 13th spot. Late win for Preston. And Rotherham stay out of the bottom 3. And Derby have gotten diddled very, very late in that one after the red card to Waghorn on 20 minutes. I think Brentford and Cardiff still going. No, it's over. Brentford versus Cardiff is done. Let me just hit refresh, because if I do it on the wrong screen, I close the stream and everyone yells at me. We are done, I think. Yes, we are. So there are your championship results for today. And we've got our Premier League couple of dearly departed games across the bottom. Barnsley winning 2-1 in the 94th minute. Blackburn 1, Wednesday 1. Bristol City 2, Wycombe 1. Wycombe losing. Another tight game, only 2 wins all season for them. Brentford 3, Cardiff 2. Sergi Canos, brilliant hat-trick. Coventry 0, Stoke 0. Derby 0, Preston 1. 96th minute winner, Alan Brown in that one. Forest 0, Birmingham 0. Karanka versus Houghton, go figure. QPR 0, Swansea 2. Swansea moved second. Reading 2, Luton 1. Scare at the end when Luar scored in stoppage time. But Reading without 4 or 5 key first-team players soldiering on and getting the win. Tonight, big game. I think it's now, we'll look at the table. I think the first v 6th now. Watford have dropped a couple of spots in the absence of a game. But Norwich v Watford tonight. So Norwich can go 7 points clear. Swansea have moved into second. Bournemouth didn't play. Reading move up to 4th. Impressive stuff. Brentford, is that table correct? I don't think that's correct. I don't think they've added on Brentford's points yet, have they? No, sorry. Brentford should be on 38. So swap Reading and Brentford. Let me just press refresh on that and see if it swaps the positions. No, it doesn't. So just go with it for a second. Reading should be 5th and Brentford 4th. Watford in 6th. They could jump up a couple of places if they can beat Norwich tonight in Munoz's first game. Stoke are destined to stay 7th forever, aren't they? Just can't quite get into the playoffs. Could have with a win today. Borough didn't play. Bristol City beat Wickham. Blackburn held at home to Sheffield Wednesday. Not in great form at the moment, Blackburn. The wins have dried up after a good run for them. Cardiff losing at home to Brentford in that Kanyos hat-trick. Huddersfield losing late. Again, I think a few of those need to be updated because Barnsley should be much higher up in the table than that. SofaScore is not doing me a solid here. A lot of those should say 21 games played. What we do know is down at the bottom of the table, Rotherham stay out of the bottom 3, all on the basis of that Alan Brown late winner for Preston against Derby. Anyway, enough of that not correctly updated league table. Let's just have a look at your comments and see what you guys are saying. Cover 7 points from relegation zone, which is great. Have to keep that up for as long as possible. Absolutely. Keep them at arm's length. What else have we got here? Mowbray owes me 21. Oh, dear. Oh, I hate it when those bets lose by one result or whatever. Ryan says, can't believe we didn't beat Wednesday. You're struggling against low block defences at the moment, Blackburn, aren't they? Few all over at Forest. 0-0, another hour and 36 minutes of my life gone. Birmingham have Derby next. Not hopeful of anything more than a draw. 3-2, great second half response by Brentford to underline their automatic credentials. Absolutely, they're in great nick, aren't they? Cardiff missing Ossé 2-2 and more. How good was that from the Villa boys? 10 men, 3-0. Could have scored 6 or 7. AD will have a look at that on Dearly Departed tomorrow. Cheers. Better second half for Blues. Thank you for the super chat earlier, Robert. Very, very kind. At least we didn't concede. Stop the rock. Keep right on. What did Waghorn do to get sent off? Strikers challenge mistimed. I didn't think it was reckless. What am I? 3? Reckless. It definitely endangered the opponent. I didn't think it was reckless or excessive force, but definitely endangered the opponent. So fair. We are mid-table marauders, but at least we have Dak back. Mid-table marauders with 2 incredibly good strikers, though, I guess. So brilliant stuff. Right. Thank you, everybody. That has been... I don't know what that little dance was. That has been the Boxing Day Super Stream. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We will be back. I suspect I won't be around for the Norwich and Watford game, which is now only in, a couple of hours. So we're going to have Boxing Day dinner and walk the dogs. Say that quietly, so don't hear me say the W word. So I'll likely be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Join me live and we'll review each and every one of those games. And we'll do Dearly Departed as well. That'll be a pre-record at some point tomorrow. That will drop after the 4:30 kickoff, which I believe is at West Brom and Liverpool that we're going to be waiting for. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And it is a big thank you, as I say, and an over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.